Is the US government trying to expand who can lose their citizenship? A new bill has been introduced in both the House and the Senate, called the Fraud Accountability Act. And buried inside it is a major shift in how denaturalization would work in the United States. This video breaks down what the bill actually says, who it would affect, and why legal experts are raising serious red flags. The goal here is clarity, not panic. Let's start with what denaturalization means right now. Under current law, denaturalization is rare and narrow. A person can lose U.S. citizenship if it turns out they were never eligible in the first place, or if they committed fraud or made a material lie during the naturalization process itself. In simple terms, denaturalization today looks backward. It focuses on how citizenship was obtained, not what someone does after they become a citizen. Crimes committed after naturalization are handled through the criminal justice system: prison, fines, probation. Citizenship is not part of the punishment. The Fraud Accountability Act would change that. Under this bill, a naturalized U.S. citizen could be denaturalized for fraud committed after becoming a citizen. Not during the immigration process. Not related to how citizenship was obtained. After. That is a fundamental shift. Even more concerning is how the bill would do this. Right now, denaturalization is handled through a separate civil court process. Prosecutors must file a specific case. Judges have discretion. The standard is high. This bill removes that separation. If a person is convicted of fraud in criminal court, the same judge would be required to immediately strip citizenship as part of the sentence. The language of the bill says the judge shall denaturalize. No discretion. No balancing factors. Conviction equals loss of citizenship. The bill also dramatically lowers the bar for what counts as fraud. Today, fraud generally needs to involve at least $10,000 to trigger the most serious immigration consequences. The proposed bill removes that threshold entirely. Any fraud, against the government, against a company, against a private individual. That means minor fraud convictions could carry the most severe consequence possible: loss of citizenship. This doesn't just affect citizens. Permanent residents could also face deportation for any fraud conviction, no matter the amount. The $10,000 floor disappears for them too. And then there's the retroactivity. The bill would apply going back to September 30th, 1996. Nearly 3 decades. That means old convictions, already resolved cases, could suddenly carry new immigration consequences. Now, here's the part that matters most. This bill runs straight into constitutional problems. First, Supreme Court precedent has long held that Congress cannot take away citizenship as punishment unless the person voluntarily renounces it. Second, this bill effectively creates 2 classes of U.S. citizens. Natural-born citizens could never lose citizenship for fraud, no matter how severe. Naturalized citizens could lose it for far less. That raises serious equal protection issues. For decades, the courts have said that once someone becomes a U.S. citizen, their rights are the same as someone born here, with very narrow exceptions. This bill breaks that principle. Which brings us to the reality check. A lot of bills get introduced. Most never become law. This one appears to be a political reaction to a high-profile fraud scandal, not a carefully constructed rewrite of constitutional doctrine. Even if it passed Congress, it would almost certainly face immediate legal challenges. And based on existing precedent, it would be on shaky ground from day one. Still, the direction matters. More and more, denaturalization is being discussed as punishment, as an extension of immigration enforcement, as a tool to discipline people who are already citizens. That's a line this country has historically avoided crossing. So if you're hearing about this bill and feeling anxious, understand this. It is not law. It is far from law. And if it ever became law, it would face serious constitutional hurdles. But it's worth watching, because ideas like this don't appear in isolation. They tell you where power is trying to move. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. If this helped clarify the noise, share it. And remember the mission here: record today, protect tomorrow.